We'll put them back in. What do you mean the cows are out? How are we supposed to milk them if the cows are out? I don't know. Well, tell them to move over and open the door. Oh, sorry. Hey, what's going on? How are you guys? Good morning. How are you? Everything else good? Good. Everything's good here. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, Los Angeles time. It's going to be about 75, 80 degrees here. It's going to be a hot week. We enjoy it. It's fantastic. This is show 31. And we've done, we started a month ago. So my math is bad, but I'm guessing if you crunch the numbers, probably be like a show a day. Sometimes we did 2 shows a day, but we're up to about 60 hours, I think, of shows. And yeah, as you guys know, we're trying to do everything we can to keep the community together, happy, entertain you, not talk about the C word, and just, celebrate the community that we have. Nationally, internationally, in your backyard, it doesn't matter. So today's show, this morning show, is with a cool cat that I met in 2016. We always hang out together in Europe, in Germany, and he's the equivalent of me. He's the celebrity du jour of Germany, of Europe. Everywhere he goes in Europe, everybody knows who he is. So I want to introduce the world to him. So maybe he'll be known when he comes over here. Anyway, he's an award-winning author. He's done many marathons. He's climbed Mount Everest without oxygen. Oh wait, I'm reading the wrong script. Sorry. No, that's not him. No, but he is a really cool cat. His name is Braveheart. Christopher, you're going to meet him, and yeah. I hope you're as excited as I am to meet this cool cat. Let me go grab him out of the green room. Hey.
Hey, what's up, David? What's up?
It's not good when Germans put their hands up like that. That's
no, that's okay. That's the other one, but that's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to say Guten Morgen, Herr Braveheart.
Okay, then I'll say that's all right, but we do have it like 7 o'clock in the evening already here overseas. So the beast from the east says good night already.
Good Nacht. Good Nacht. How do you say good Nacht?
Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht.
Good Nacht. All right, so let's try this. Handy hock, Nick Schießen.
Yeah, okay, both hands up, then Nick Schießen. Yeah, I washed them both. Wash them both.
Exactly. So that's you guys. Handy hook is hands up, and Nick Schießen is don't shoot. So you can use that when you're playing paintball. You can say
exactly. But in Germany, this won't help because we shoot everything.
We shoot anyway. It doesn't matter. Exactly.
Doesn't matter. Hands up doesn't matter. Even better target then.
Exactly. All right. Tell everybody who you are.
Well, my name is Chris Leichsenring, aka the Braveheart. Maybe I can explain later on why I got that name. That name wasn't,
we'll
chosen by myself, but here I am from Germany, western part of it, then close to Stuttgart, in the southern part of Germany, and I'm happy to be in the show.
Which I knew you were from that part of Germany, but it didn't rhyme. The beast from the west didn't rhyme, so
nah, it would be around.
Exactly. So the east. I guess if you were in France looking that way, it would be the east, right? Because there you
go. Exactly.
There you
go. From that view, it's the east. But I can live with that. I mean, from overseas, everything is on the east.
That's exactly right. Exactly. So that's good. All right, cool. So what part of Germany are you from?
Well, it's the southern part of Germany, the southern western part.
Southern Western. So are we talking about more like near Holland, or I'm sorry, the Netherlands? Keep on changing.
No. Close to Swiss.
So down by Switzerland,
Austria,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
Luxembourg.
No, that's a little bit more to the west, Luxembourg, but a little bit lower. That's where actually that's where the good beer is coming from. It doesn't matter what Bavarian guy says. Here's where the good beer is coming from and the good wine.
I got it. Here's why I'm asking all of these geographical questions, is because maybe you guys don't know out there, but Germany is a big place. It was kind of in the news, like in the let me see, in 1917 and in 1940. So it was kind of in the news. It's kind of a big place. But Germany is divided up into all these different sections. So you've got like Bavaria, right? You've got the like I said, you've got down south, you got north, all these different places, and they're, I'm going to say, almost in a sense, different people, because even like, I think it was during before World War II, I think it was Bavaria. They said they didn't want to get involved. They said they didn't want any part of this thing. And then people are like, but you're Germans. And they're like, well, you know what I'm saying? There's like a different kind of thing. So Germany, yes, there is the, back in the day when there was the Huns and all that, there was, the Kingdom of Germany, and then they started, but it's pretty much, you guys have a lot of different mentalities about things. And
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So what's your kind of in the South? What is your kind of mentality about? Are you more easygoing, laid back than the Berliners, or?
No, actually, we're the working class here in the Swabian country. We invented the car itself. I mean, Gottlieb Daimler, he got from Stuttgart, and the car itself was invented out. So we're like the engineers. We're the thinking part. We're the working class. We work hard. That's what us Swabian guys are pretty proud of anyway. So yeah, but like you mentioned it before, and I wanted to say, we are still in this kind of feudalism state, because every part of the country is ruling it more or less himself. It's close to the states, because
right.
you got all the different states too, but not comparable, because our land is not that big at all, and we even separated that into different part of states.
Right. Exactly. Do you speak any of the languages?
You mean the accents?
No, well, yeah, oh
yeah. We do have different kind of accents, but
yes,
everybody in Germany speaks the same language. They try to.
Do you speak French? I know you speak obviously German and English, but do you speak any other languages besides French? German?
I'm stuck to German, English, American, Scottish, and Irish.
Okay, cool. The reason I'm asking is because a lot of Europeans take English in school, and then they forget about it. They don't want to, right? And then a lot of Europeans, because they travel a lot, they've learned other languages like around them, and especially in Europe, it's such a small thing. And so you though have adopted our language. I mean, obviously, because we're having a conversation, but you've embraced it. Was it something you grew up with? How did you all of a sudden say, listen, I'm not gonna leave it alone. I'm actually gonna like take care of this thing?
Well, actually, it's a good question, but major part of it is because when I started playing paintball, and we can get back to it again, I started playing paintball on an American field here in Germany, because there's an American garrison here stationed, and they do have a paintball program. And I started like 26 years ago. Now, guess what? What language was spoken there? Obviously English. Okay.
Right.
And I got stuck, and I fell in love with the sport, and I fell in love with this field also. So for 26 years now, I'm helping out at the field. I'm organizing events. I'm doing head marshaling. I'm organizing the games and things like that. So guess what? I'm close to American all the time.
Right.
This is obviously, this is the language we do speak up there. We do mostly not speak German at all. I mean, I do my introduction, I do my safety briefings and everything in English. People make jokes of it, because once in a while I'll do it in German, and this sucks. I cannot even do it in German anymore. So sometimes they punish me. Okay, there's no American here today. Let's do it in German. I'm like, oh, shit, now I'm lost, because I'm so used to it and doing it in English.
Right.
And bottom line is, it became more or less my second mother tongue, and I'm so adapted already that sometimes even the German words don't even come to my mind when I want to say something. So I have to talk and speak in English. So yes, obviously, paintball made me a better English-speaking person.
I like it. That's cool. Okay, let's start from the beginning here. So where were you born?
Well, I was born and raised exactly in my hometown here in Böblingen, close to Stuttgart.
Right.
And yeah, I never made it far. I mean, surely I moved a little bit, from one house to the other, but I always stayed close to this area because I mean the surrounding here is it's my hometown and I love it.
That's perfect. Okay, so you said 26 years playing?
Yeah, I started playing. The first time I started to play was 20 years old, more or less, plus minus a month. I don't know exactly.
Okay, so if we were to do some math here, I would say you're around 40 something.
Yeah, 40 something.
Okay, cool.
I feel like 30. That's okay.
Here's why I'm saying that. So I'm a what's it called? An amateur historian. I'm just a history buff. I love history, right? And I love that type of that European history, that kind of thing. And we are all products of history, of whatever happened in history. Let me give you a quick one. Ready?
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Tell me what is the connection between Hitler and ABBA?
Remember, I have no idea. I was getting
no. Listen, ABBA the singing.
I was getting chalk, during school during that part of history.
ABBA, ABBA the singing group, right? Okay.
Yes.
So if it wasn't for World War II, we wouldn't have ABBA. Why? Because what happened was when the Germans invaded Norway, right? There was this sergeant who had an affair with this Norwegian woman, and then after the war was over, he left. And she was left with this kid. And in Norway, they didn't want any Germans. And so she had to go to visit her. She lived with her aunt, I think, in Sweden. And she raised the kid. And when she raised the kid, she became the only one in ABBA that has reddish hair. Right?
Okay.
So she became part of ABBA, and that's it. So if the Germans wouldn't have invaded Norway, we wouldn't have ABBA.
Okay, but obviously, and to be quite honest, would that have been, bad at all? I don't know. I'm not the biggest ABBA fan at all.
I'm a big fan of ABBA. Come on, you knucklehead! I love ABBA. That's fantastic. So what I'm saying is, I look at all aspects of history about where we came from, what happened, why this, how we got Fanta, how we got Volkswagen, how we got all these kind of things. It's great.
Yeah.
Now, you, on the other hand, you were raised in that environment. Basically, you were raised with generations of people who, like maybe your grandfather, your father, or that kind of thing, maybe were involved in the war, that kind of thing. And when I've been going to Germany since 2015 was the first time, not at Euro Big Game, but in Vickering. So when I was going there and I was meeting people and talking with them, being of Jewish descent and everything like that, I was talking with people. And the thing is, though, there's like this like kind of a heavy thing that a lot of Germans are raised with, that they can't say this, they can't do that. And it's not good for a people to be constantly, look at America right now, we're all protesting about everything, but you were basically raised in an environment where, certain things can't be said, where you weren't. I was born in 1961. So I was born 1 year before the Berlin Wall went up. I'm sorry, I was born 1 day before the Berlin Wall. I was born August 12th, 61. It went August 13th, 61. Okay. So in my lifetime, I saw it go up and down. In your lifetime, you saw it go down, 1989, right?
Exactly.
Then you saw the influx of East Germans. So you've seen, there's been a lot of in your psyche, you know what I'm saying? Where like you had the war generation kind of thing, then you had the wall come down kind of, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that makes you who you are, makes Germany who it is kind of thing.
That's true.
How were you affected by? I mean, you didn't really care about life, or were you kind of like you felt kind of like this affected me on here, this affected me here?
Okay, matter of fact, yes, I do have my experiences. Even with the war, though. Matter of fact, my grandfather, he was imprisoned in Russia. Okay, he wasn't talking much about it. Even if I started to ask things, he wasn't. I think yes, it was horrible. Okay, so he didn't want to talk about it at all. Next example is like my father. When time came up, and the German government, was enforcing that everybody has to go, to the army. My father fled the country.
No.
Because he didn't want to go to the army, and that was back in the days. This was a big thing. So what he did was he just said goodbye at home. He took a train or something like that. I don't know exactly for sure right now at the moment. He went up to Hamburg and he boarded a ship. And then he was gone. He was gone on a ship. he was a still young guy. So I guess it would be something like 1960, something like that.
Wow, dude. All right.
1960. So he went away, and he went on a boat. And yes, he went to Australia, New Zealand, and everything. And he went to Australia and New Zealand, and he's seen all these countries, but he was gone for the government because he just fled. He didn't want to be at least not even be in the army, because from his experiences, he was a kid, a family of like 7 children, all born and raised during the war.
Wow.
More or less. And now his his older sisters, they seen everything, and he decided for himself this is something he doesn't want to be part of it anymore.
Wow.
So he just fled. I mean, yes, it could be taken as cowardly because but after the war, we didn't have anything like patriotism.
Right.
This was something we didn't have in Germany, not at all, because we were all banned to be ashamed of what we Germans did.
Right.
So this was a time when he made up his mind, and he said, I'm not going to join this. Okay, I'm not going to join this army. I don't want to be part of anything that could be like at war or something like that. So he decided, I'm leaving. That's it.
And so he ended up in Australia.
Well, he was in New Zealand. He was in Australia. He met one of his oldest friends. He's a Kiwi. He's from New Zealand, and that's when he met people. He even, found another love. If things would have turned out, I would be English right now at the moment, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out. So, but he came back, found my mama, and then got my bigger sister, and then after that, I came.
Dude, that's amazing. Great story. And then, okay, so then did he kind of like influence you to be more connected to the world and kind of like, not just like, we're Germans kind of thing? It sounds like he got a taste of the world and, that wanderlust kind of thing. Did you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the first things I can remember of my father was, he was always, up there at the garrison because they used to have a stock car racing place up there.
Wow.
You still know a stock car? And in Germany, that was the biggest thing because, crashing old cars and things like that was the bomb. And imagine me, like a 5 or 6 year old guy, kid, running around between cars and everything, smelling gasoline and oil and things like that. And he was up there working, under American control or whatever, because it was on American soil up there. And he was open-minded, and his English was even better than my English is nowadays. And he was just, he was very, very open-hearted to everything new. Yeah. But that's some of the, aspects I took away, my father gave me, is that you have to stay true to whatever you do.
Right.
So, and he stick to this, stock car thing until they shut down, until the last day, until, it's the usual, the German green environmentalists and things like that. Oh, this is polluting the area and so on. So they had to shut down the problem, but he still stayed there until the last moment.
Wow.
And that's something he really, gave me, showed me in life that if you do something and you love it and you do it by heart, do it until the end. Right. No matter what. No matter what.
See, I've only known you, since 2016. And the times that we spent together, that's what I'm saying, is that there's something special with, your attitude, with your, the aura that you throw off kind of thing. And again, everything comes from the baggage. Everything comes from the family. Everything comes from that. And so you basically just encapsulated it for me of why you are the way you are. So, all right, I'll see you later. Bye. I'm just joking.
I'm going. Okay. No, that's all right. It's all right.
I gotta go. No, but no, dude, that's
find somebody more interesting. I know
exactly. This is getting boring. No, you are just you're just a really cool cat, and that's why I really want, I mean, even your German fans and friends, they don't get a chance to sit with you. You know what I'm saying? Like this kind of stuff. And that's the idea behind these shows. Is we've done a lot of different shows with player profiles and everything, and I want the players to be able to just, look, I'm frozen again. Anyway, I want the players to, here, I got to move my.
Here you are. Now the hitting helped.
Exactly. I want the players that are connected, with you to really get a sense of you. And so, because again, when we go to Euro Big Game or whatever else, we're drinking, we're playing, whatever, but you really don't get a sense. you can't sit down and really chat with a person like this. So
Yeah,
now
that's true.
the whole world gets to know who Braveheart is, and dude, I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud to be able to expose you to the world. There you go.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very happy to have the opportunity. I mean, yes, you're right. I mean, we're going to the Euro big game or to Wackring or to other big games. It doesn't matter. Most of the time, for us celebrities, this is hard work. I mean,
Right.
nobody talks about it, but this is
It's
hard
a
work.
job.
For me personally, it's like I want to say hi to everybody,
Right.
but this takes so much time, and I want
Yeah.
to have a beer with most most guys who are up there, and this is not doable.
Right.
I mean, I'm very ashamed if somebody shows up and says, "Oh, you didn't say hi to me," and I'm like,
I know.
dude, guy, I'm sorry, but I couldn't find the time to do so.
Almost
Like you said, and
almost
then yes, we do have a beer. We do have a beer. We do have a chat, but nobody gets the full story. I mean,
right.
yes, I am very proud of about my experience, about my about my life, about what I do for paintball, with paintball.
Yeah.
And most of the time people take a look and say, I mean, Germany, we are like a very yeah, nobody's greeting too much, and nobody's like sharing the same emotions and telling you that, oh, you're doing a great job. This is not the German way to do it.
Yeah, I know.
In Germany, it's like if you say nothing, everything is great. And if you don't cuss on somebody, that guy's doing a good job then. So like you said, spending time with people, having a beer, chatting. This is at the big games. This is not possible for us.
I know.
Not at all.
Dude, there's like 3,000 people at these big games we go to. I mean, even if you line them up, it'd be all day to say hello, hello, hello. So, all right, let's do this. Who's this?
Oh, this is one of my absolutely favorite pictures. This was on my old field, also in Böblingen. That's still my old Autococker, a 2001 model, an old school JT jersey, the old Revolution Eye, a JT mask, I guess. This is one of the most fantastic pictures I've seen because of the background, with the wood and everything. I really love that old pictures. It should be around, something like 2005, 2006.
Oh, 2006. Okay.
Yeah. Something around that.
All right.
Something around that.
So, but you kind of started playing when? Like in the late 90s?
Yeah, late 90s.
Yeah.
No, late no. 26 years ago. No, we got 2020. So yeah, 1996, 98, something around that.
Okay, cool. So listen? Do you know Thomas Kraus, right?
Yeah, sure, I know.
Okay, cool. From WSS. So last year when I was there in Germany, we went to go visit his old field that used to be in East Germany, and he was the first one to bring paintball to East Germany. He's kind of like the grandfather of that. Is your location kind of one of the first places to play paintball?
Well, I'll guess yes, because the program, the paintball program, was running way before I started up there.
Right.
I mean, but it was obviously it was an American project. It's an outdoor recreation program from the army.
Right.
For the army. Germans were allowed to be there, things like that. But we never got connected, really close, because it was their garrison and it was just Germans, and we just met at a bar maybe to drink.
Okay,
that's how Americans and Germans really did met at all.
Yeah.
But one day one guy came up and said, "Hey, we're having a paintball game." I said, "Where?" And he said, "Yeah, no, up there at the garrison." And I'm like, "Dude, why don't I know? I want to be up there because I used to have a paintball, pump pistol and things like that." So I just went up there and I fell in love the first day I played it.
Nice.
So I know that the field. I mean, the program was running, a long time ago already, but that's, like I said, it wasn't an official, field where you can show up, and we're talking about, way back in the days where there was no internet or something like that.
Right.
You had newspapers. That was about it. You didn't
Right.
have like email or news groups or anything like that. You had nothing. So it was all mouth-to-mouth propaganda.
Nice. Okay, so you started playing.
Oh shoot. Yeah. That was the good old days, when the beard wasn't that long. Yeah, that was when I still was dressed up and hooked up with Dyer all the way, bottom to the top.
Nice. And then when you were playing, though, again, let me see if I can find another one here, like this
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah. So you were basically not Braveheart yet.
Matter of fact, now we come to this part of the story. Like I said, I was helping out with the program in the beginning. I was organizing games, I was hosting games, then I was, doing the head marshaling and everything like that. We didn't have like speakers or anything like that. I mean, so
Like,
we had to shout. We had to shout a lot. And when I explained the safety briefing, and when I, told the people, I had them all lined up every time. I had them lined up, and they had to face and look at me. And one day, one guy came up to me and said, "Hey, you act and talk like Braveheart." And I'm like, "You kidding me?" And said, "No, actually, everybody's standing there in line and watching and paying attention and pays attention. Nobody's joking around, and they're all. You have the crowd, you have the masses under control."
right.
And sometimes, this was the safety briefing for everybody. When we get to our starting points, and I was with my part of the team, I talked differently to them because I wanted to win each and every game. So I gave them hell. I
Nice.
said, I said worse bad things to them, but everybody was so hyped up to go and play and shoot somebody that was the time. And the guys, one guy he just came up and said, "You sound like Braveheart." And
Nice.
I thought this was such an honor to me that
Right.
I said, "Okay, then I am the Braveheart."
I'm gonna
If
run.
I would have never, gave myself this name personally, because
Right.
this is high level. I mean,
Right.
everybody's seen the movie and things like that. This is Nobody tells himself that he's at this level, like William Wallace.
Right. Right.
So, but if you get that name, given,
Yeah.
why not take it?
Exactly.
Why
And
not? Why not take it?
that's the interesting thing about like the paintball and the mafia are kind of the same thing. You're not supposed to give yourself your name. You're supposed to be given a name, right? You can't be like
Exactly.
I'm the and yeah. So I was given.
The problem is everybody's be like, yeah, you can call me the living coolest guy on the world. You can call me the shit. And a problem is you play like shit, and then you get the name like shit. But everybody's our self perspective on yourself and the way you see yourself is always different from the way the world sees yourself.
Obviously.
And sometimes, with my team, we also have this rule that you can give yourself a name, and we see if that name fits.
Oh,
I
interesting.
mean, we see. I mean, it's obviously that some guys, they do have nicknames, and from gaming or so on. So that's okay. That's okay. If you already got a nickname, give it to yourself. We'll see in the team, during the first year and so on. We'll see if that name fits, and if
Right.
that name fits, everything is good.
Right.
But yeah, matter of fact is, a name given is always better than a name
Better.
chosen.
I agree. So in 2016, let me see. I was preparing to go to Germany for the first time, and so GI Tipman and everything. We know all the gears were ramping up, everything like that. This is Euro big game, and I start promoting it and everything like that. Excuse me. And
No
I get a call actually from Patrick in Canada. Now Patrick is Aztec,
Yeah.
he's a friend of mine, and he goes, "Hey, I have a friend, and you were Dai then, right? I have a friend who is a whoops, sorry. I have a friend who's a celebrity in Europe, and he's connected with Dai, and he's just a great guy. And can you do me a favor? I'm going to email. I'm going to send you a bandana. I'm sorry, the Armadillo dreads, right? And I'm going to send that to you. Can you please take that with you to Germany?" I said, "Okay, yeah, of course." So I don't even know who you are, whatever. So he sends me the dreads, right? And so I go, "Okay, I'll pack them." And I go, and I'm looking around, and you came up to me and you go, "Hello, I'm Braveheart. Are you a Reaper?" "Yeah." You go, "Do you have my dreads?"
Yeah, it's true. I still love this story. I mean, this small story just shows how our whole family works.
Yeah.
Yes, you were with a brand, I was with a brand. We got different brands, more or less. And you were the famous big shit. I was starting to get famous. So, and I still know. I talked to Graham, and Graham said, "Yeah, sure, I can send you the dreads and everything, but shipping it would be like worth the amount of money." And I'm
Exactly.
like, okay, this is hard. Maybe I talked to Patrick. So I talked to that stack, and he said, if that's possible, I mean, shipping, from Canada to Canada, everything is cool. And
Yeah.
maybe if you come overseas or find somebody coming overseas, maybe you can bring it with you. And he agreed. He instantly agreed. He said, "Yeah, not a problem. I'll find somebody." And I guess he already knew that you were coming over.
Right.
So the story is really famous because Graham sent it to Patrick. Patrick sent it to your place, and I was like, sitting at home, like, yeah, shit's coming to me, and then you just, put it in your bag and
Right.
and then brought it over to Germany. I mean, this
Right.
was, the longest, shipping ever, maybe, but it doesn't matter. But bottom line is, this is how our family works. It
That's
doesn't
true.
matter where you come from. It doesn't matter
Right.
where you play for. We all, speak the same language. We all
Right.
have one thing in mind, and that's paintball. I mean,
Ooh.
it's the same story. It's the same story like, with my jersey last year. The
Wait, we
jersey,
haven't got there yet. Stop. We haven't got there yet.
we're not there yet. Okay, all right. But like I said, this is how the family works, and
Right.
I
Right.
really, this is one of my favorite stories to share.
Right. Right. So it is interesting. And again, it's I mean, it's one of those things where yes, I came up with this saying, we all speak one language, paintball, right? I got that. But I really believe that in my heart that, whatever we can do to help each other, let's do it. It doesn't matter, if you have to sweat extra or do whatever, it doesn't matter because we all have that kind of thing in common. And the other thing too is it kind of makes our community that much that much stronger because we're actually leading by example.
Exactly.
If I would have said, if I were like, who the fuck, I don't care. I don't want to do it. Then you're not setting a good example. Right. But it's not in my persona to be that way. It's the opposite way. My persona is to set a good example and to say, what can I do? How can we make an international paintball bridge? This kind of thing. And so it's just a natural thing. So you guys watching out there, if you are put in a situation or given an opportunity to make someone happy because of shipping or whatever the situation, just do it. Don't double think it. Don't go like, I don't have enough room in my this. Make room, right?
Exactly. That's the way it should be working. Matter of fact, what I also think is that, our kind of hobby, our kind of sport is maybe not for everybody.
Right.
Okay. Not everybody likes to do it because not everybody likes to shoot at other people. Okay.
Right.
So we are, and I played American football before. I played soccer before. I played, different kind of sports before. But I never met a sport or hobby where opponents, contrahands,
Right.
hug each other after a game.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it is in Germany because it's not that many people, more or less, everybody knows somebody.
Yeah.
And so what we share is a common feeling that we love the sport. And it doesn't matter because, sometimes you play with each other or against each other. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter at all. And maybe that common sense, helps us more or less to become better persons, by the way. But that sense is something we share one thing. We share the same love. And that's something I never met and I never, felt in any other kind of sport I did before. It was always the enemy. It doesn't matter what. It was always the enemy, not in paintball. In paintball, we are one family.
Right.
After a match, after a game, okay, you come together. I'm talking about, recreational woodland paintball. Maybe, I don't know, tournament paintball, but you still know each other in tournament. So you still talk to each other. But maybe not tactics or something like that, but you still know each other. So you come together, in the staging area, it doesn't matter at all. So, and you stick together. And that's what I really do love about this family thing.
I agree 100% that except blue team sucks. I'm sorry. Did I just say that out loud?
It's red team sucks too. But, yeah, but red team swallows.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my God. Not on the first date. All right. So what I'm saying is that we have that kind of camaraderie. Again, in Mexico, in Germany, in Canada, Mexico, wherever I'm going, it's the same kind of thing. And it coming from you, what you just said is that you played a lot of different sports, and I'm not a sports guy, so I can't relate to that, but I can only listen to what other people tell me about their stories when they did other kind of sports, how the competition was so fierce that it carried over after the game, and it's not good. It's not healthy. Like even the soccer hooligans, right? You know, how they love Chelsea so much, and they'll beat up on, Manchester because of I'm like, what are you doing? That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense at all. But like in paintball, I can honestly, I'm an. How can I say this? I do like some international tournament teams. I like them, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the other guy likes another team. We do not have any kind of competition in between. We just love the sport.
Exactly. Okay, so you kind of jumped the gun on this one, but I'll pop it up anyway. Here we go. All right.
Oh yeah.
So what happened was you jumped over to GI, right? When did you jump over to GI?
That was 2000 and was it 2017? I guess. 2017, 18.
And you got the full right. You became fully sponsored, and then also you started getting connected with B, and you said I want to promote Dynasty Destiny. I keep on getting those two mixed up.
It's Destiny. It's Destiny.
Dynasty is Ryan Greengrass. Anyway, I want to promote Destiny, and I want to do that. And then you contacted me. You go, listen, B has got like a jersey that I want to get, and again the shipping, that kind of stuff. If she sends it to you, will you? I said, what are you talking about? Would I? Like, yeah, just get it to me. The problem was that she sent that, and I think she sent a sweater. And then I was at that point, I was like, I couldn't. I can only take the jersey kind of thing. So, so she sent it to me, and then you contacted me, and you go, did you get it? Did you get it? And I finally got it. It was good. I said, I showed you a picture. I got it. It's good. Unless the plane goes down, you're going to get it. So just relax. Go. So
all right. Okay.
So you,
matter of fact, I'm going to tell you a secret right now. Okay. Nobody needs to know, and especially not Mike. Don't tell him.
Listen,
don't tell Mike.
It's only you and I right now. No one else is watching.
Okay. No one else is listening. Okay.
Not a very popular.
I'm the biggest fan of Bear Youngs ever. Okay. Nobody needs to know. And the one day she was, showing off that jersey, and I honestly at that moment, that was the first Dynasty jersey with a kind of camouflage look, and I totally fell in love with that jersey. Yes, exactly that one. And she just showed it off, and I said, I will need this jersey. So I contacted her. I said, listen, whatever, make it possible that I can get one of those jerseys. And she said instantly, yeah, sure. What should be on the back? Which number, which name? And I'm like, I'm going to promote it. You're going to get some pictures. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'll do one for you. And I said, and that was a problem because it got a little bit short-handed. And then I was getting a little bit nervous because I wanted to wear it at the Euro Big Game. And then but finally, like you said, we managed, to get a chip to you. It was a close call. It was like on the last day.
That was like the last. I was sitting on the porch waiting for the mailman. That's how last it was, right? Yeah. But we got it, and you got it, and that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let me jump into this one here. This guy, you're like a real big outdoors guy, right?
Yes. That's at the ocean, up there in Sylt, our northern island, the northernmost part of Germany. And yeah, that's was 2015, I guess. Yeah, that was 2015. I was up there with my family, so yeah, I love to be outdoors. And family loves it too.
And you started this like program or something. What is this thing you started doing with the distance and everything?
Oh, that's a nice thing. Because right now, everybody is staying at home. We do have an outdoor thing going on. It stopped, like today, where the two cities here close to each other were challenging themselves. Who does more, running, more cycling, and more walking, distance. And So you had to post a picture, and I was like, I was running now on. Oh, hold on a second. I think it was like every second day I had to run and do a little bit more distance, to add up the amount of mileage we do. I mean, matter of fact, we lost, the other city won, but bottom line is we won, everybody won, because we were doing like close to 100,000 kilometers in 1 week, the whole community, everybody together, riding a bike, running, and we're talking about 1 week. During 1 week, everybody, and all, calculated together, we had like 100,000 kilometers, which was absolutely astonishing. And, we got some sponsors, and they, spent some money, for every kilometer. So yeah, that was a fair amount of money coming together.
Nice. Very cool. Okay. Apparently you're not Jewish.
No, matter of fact, I'm not Jewish. I'm Christian.
Exactly. So this is you, and who are you hanging out with here?
Matter of fact, there's two other families. The one is the Yak family. One of the American guys, was hosting the field up there, and the other one is family Papke. We spent, the Nikolaus, together. I think it was at Jaeger's house, and yeah, the kids were still young back then. Still, this is like 10 years old already, I guess.
And you have such authority because you're a celebrity there. Santa Claus even comes to your house. That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I just had to call him up, and he just, yeah, sure, Brave, it's for you. I'll be down. I'll be down. I cancel all appointments. I'll be down.
Busy, so why not? All right. So speaking of your wife and your family, and let's do this one here, right?
Yeah, that's a lot. Okay. My loves.
How long have you been married?
I've been married 1998.
Seriously, congratulations.
Thank you. And the kids are now like 11 and 13 already, getting teenagers. So it's getting, well, how do I say this perfectly? It's getting a little bit complicated right now at the moment.
Yes. I have, I had a boy and a girl, and the boy is easier. They're kind of like Labradors. They're just like, let's go play. Let's have a good time. And the girls are more complicated. So I was like, whatever. What are you going to do, right?
Yeah. That was nice. We spent, sometimes in the mountains, and that was, yeah. I think I'm doing a good job as a dad.
That's
obviously.
It's good. It's hard, and it's amazing because obviously daughters have a different bond with their dad than sons do. It's kind of just amazing.
Yeah, the problem is we did bonding, at the hospital, where when the baby gets delivered and everything, normally, you give it to one of the parents, for bonding.
Yeah.
Problem is, for both girls, I was the first.
Wow.
So my wife still hates me for that. She said, all this bonding, they like you more than they like me. I said, no, you're just making the rules so they like you less than maybe me, because you make the rules at home.
But she seems like a nice lady.
Oh, she's the perfect, loveliest, and best wife I could have ever met.
Nice. And she from your area too?
Yeah, she's from my area too then.
Nice. Very good. All right. So let's talk about our big favorite thing, the Euro big game. What about this guy?
Well, this guy, I've seen him before. I mean, obviously he's drinking buttermilk. So I don't know if you can take him, for granted. But the thing is, my wife told me just yesterday, this is her favorite picture of me. She loves that picture. Maybe the smile, the whole pose and everything. She loves exactly that picture. Maybe it's the Red Sox. I don't know.
Or maybe it's the blue thing on your head. What is that blue thing that you're wearing on your head over there? What was that?
You mean the blue Falcon beret? Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe that's possible. I mean, I'm an honorary member of the Blue Falcons.
Yes.
The year Patrick Aztec came over, him and I, we were made honorary members of the Blue Falcons on the same day, on the same spot. And it's a great honor because they take this shit pretty seriously up there. They do have rankings and everything like that. So normally you cannot buy, or you cannot say, I want to have a beret. This is not possible. They decide, and you cannot only have it if you're in the team.
Right.
So, but they decided to give it to me and Patrick. I mean, back in the days where we were still, with Dye, and we were like the Dye family and things
Right.
like that. But it wasn't because not everybody got one.
Right. That's true.
They decided those, like you said, those cats are cool,
Right.
and they should be part of the family, of the closer family. And it's still the same. I mean, like you said, I'm not with Dye anymore. I'm with GI now. But if I go to Vecring or to another event and the Blue
Right.
Falcons show up, we're
Right.
still family. We still stick together. They
Right.
told me, like last year, they told me they love to play against me at Vecring because I'm such a badass that it's playing against me
Yeah.
is horrible, but it's challenging, and that's what
Nice.
they do like, because they know exactly I do not give up. I
Right.
work until the last ball, and even after that, I yell at people. I work my ass off. Like
Right.
I think you said it before, because I'm the kind of guy on the field. I'm having my boots are the first on the field and off the field.
First on, last off. Yep. That's
First
you.
on, last off. Exactly. And that's what I do like about it.
Yeah. I think it's you, me, Patrick. I forgot who else, but we are like the honorary members of them, and
Yep.
I've been GI since the beginning, so it wasn't a corporation thing. It wasn't like we're only giving out the Dye people. They gave it to me, and again, it was in Canada. They were, and it was like a tiering kind of event, because again, you can't just go on. They don't have a gift store. We can go buy their.
No, not at all.
You've got to be like, voted in. And so I'm very proud to be one as well.
Me too. Absolutely.
Okay. Are you a big barbecuer? Do you love to cook outdoors?
I'm starting. Let's put it like this. Yes, this is my first, really grill, because we moved to a new house, and I got a good open, spot outside right now. So I told my wife I want to have a barbecue grill, and I said, yeah, then go get some. And nowadays it's like, Chris, when can we barbecue again? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hook the machine up then. And yeah, I'm getting better. I'm not a pro right now at the moment.
Yeah.
And I like to do it quick and dirty sometimes, and sometimes I like to do spare ribs, and you really do, all this kind of thing. So yes, I like to do it, but I'm still learning.
Did you see our international cooking show? Did you see?
Yeah, I've seen.
I mean, Uncle that was kind of crazy. I mean, is that German? Like, would that be like a typical German barbecue? That was just like,
yeah.
Papa. That was like, my God, how do you like? Yeah. So is that be something like you would make?
Yeah, that's higher level. That's higher level. Okay. That's maybe a little bit too much for me. I mean, like if you've seen already, I got the two ladies, I got the third lady at home. They want to have food on the table, and they don't want to have a show about it.
I got it. That's cool. What's this?
Well, this is one shot at the European big game, with the belly out, and yeah, maybe I got off the field right now at the moment, because that's my, the stance when you do get it, and when you're totally wasted already, after a game.
Right. No, it's good. What do you use? What kind of gun?
Right now, moment, I have different kind of guns. I got one MagFit gun from Tipman. I got the TMC just for the MagFit games. I'm not going to attach a hopper to it. Obviously, this year I got the Empire Defender with the limited edition with the Terrapod, with the camouflage job on it. Played it in February. Thank God I played already this year. And I totally fell in love with that marker, because the handling, everything is different, but it's cool. Right. And then I do have my workhorse. I do have Empire Vanquish GT. I really love it, because that's a workhorse. I mean, obviously, I never changed an O-ring. I've played it for 3 years now. I never changed an O-ring. It was never leaking. It's been working. I got like 50,000 balls through it already, but it's working and working and working and working. Put some grease on it. That's it. Nice. And as a backup gun, I do have a mini GS, because I got the one, with the shark on it and everything. I like the design.
Nice.
I really like the design.
Cool. What is this? Oh, look what that is. Yay, look at that.
Yeah, that's Dennis.
This is Dennis.
That's Dennis. Yeah, exactly.
So, Dennis is the owner of the Eurobig game, and we actually had him on the German show. Remember when we did all those announcements? dude, that was crazy. I mean, all of the last minute scrambling behind the scenes, you know.
Oh yeah, and everything.
And we made all the announcements, but yeah, Dennis is our mutual friend as far as the Euro Big Game is concerned. He's just an amazing cat. You started getting heat about becoming Braveheart, and people started like, I want him at my event. I want him at my event. You started going to to France and like all over the place kind of thing. And then people started going, this guy is really cool. This guy is like a really cool badass kind of thing. We want him to be at our excuse me, our events. That's what that's the TMC, right?
That's the TMC. Matter of fact, you got to give credit to Brian Can, which is the photographer who took that picture, and he's taking all my studio pics. One funny story is then I met him on the field. His wife was playing paintball, and I said, "Can we do some pictures in the studio?" And he said, "Yeah, sure, let's do some pictures. I want to do some camouflage pictures and things like that." I said, "Okay, but I got one request. I want to look like Gerard Butler." And he said, "I can do this, but then I would have to turn the lights off." And I said, "Okay, then maybe Brad Pitt, lights even more off." So I said, "Do whatever you can." And that's what he got. I mean, obviously, working with him in the studio is like, sit there, take a look in this direction. Okay, we're good. That's it. He's an incredible guy. He's doing great work. He used to be doing pictures for a living, for a Scottish newspaper. And now he's just doing it for fun. If you take a look at his page, Brian Can Photography, honestly, I think I'm the only guy wearing clothes on his pictures.
Oh, really? Nice.
So if you find the time, take a look. Brian Can. I can only recommend him. He's an absolutely great guy.
I like it. This was 2017 when I get my haircut. I forgot what it was. Yeah,
that was the first time you went over there.
No, maybe the first or second. No. This is the second time. The first time I had longer hair, and the second time like we cut it, and I look like a hostage. All right, let me do this one.
Yeah, that's also a pretty nice one. That's a pretty nice one. That's when I'm wearing the Brigade jersey, on the first, having my GI, V-Force goggles on. Yeah. But this was a picture in the morning. You can tell because of the sun, because I'm still fresh on that picture.
You're still looking fresh. This one here.
Oh, this was a great one. This was a great moment. That's when we won the third time we've won the trophy at the Euro Big Game. This is one of my major and greatest guys I've ever met in paintball. This is Thorsten Schmidt, leader of the Kommando Badekappe. Don't laugh. It's the way they called themselves. This is the funniest guy, the craziest guy, and one of my best buddies I ever met, from another team. And matter of fact, guess what? I mean, he's like, we're chatting and talking each day.
Nice.
There's no day we do not talk or do not chat in our groups. He's always around.
Nice.
And he's a big inspiration. He's a great guy. I think he's even as crazy as I am.
That's actually good. You guys balance each other. Where is he from originally?
He's a little bit more from the north. He's close to Hanover, which is a little bit lower of Hamburg.
Nice.
So not the middle, but a little bit more up to the north.
Cool. Okay, we've got these guys. Who's this?
Oh, this is the other crazy I talk to each day. This is Mario Feibel, leader of the paintball team Paint Attacks. Ak. He's Ak. You have a jersey, right?
I became an honorary. I'm an honorary member of that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's another one of the greatest guys you can meet in paintball. Quite obviously, some people don't like him because he's always telling you exactly to your face what he thinks, no matter what.
Right.
He does have no filter attached. Right. Absolutely not. But that's the way I like it.
And again, the reason I'm showing you all these pictures is that, Braveheart's obviously connected with a lot of people, but there's something special about Europe. There's something special about the Euro Big Game in general. that all these people come together, whether they're Northern Alliance, whether ACAC, whether they're pain attacks, whatever the situation is, they're all coming together. And we sometimes we just see each other at the game, but a lot of times we're connected throughout the year. And there's a special bond about being in the Euro Big Game. And I was talking to Ryan last night about when we went to Mexico, where you just basically, and I'm right now I'm talking to the Americans in whatever, but you got to let go. When you go to a big game or when you go to something, you just like open your heart and you just let go. And whatever happens, happens. If you end up sleeping on the dirt, if you end up getting drunk, it doesn't matter. But it adds to the whole cake that you're creating, all of the different seasonings in that kind of thing. And you can see from these pictures that that's what happens. We have this bonding that happens that, like Braveheart said, maybe we would not have that in any other sport.
But one thing you can be pretty sure of, even if you collapse and sleep on the dirt, the next morning, you will have a blanket on top of you.
There you go. Exactly.
Because we take care of each other. And that's what this whole spirit thing is about. And we do take care. If you collapse, like, you will have a blanket. You will maybe have something underneath your head, or somebody, will carry you to a better place. Because we do take care of each other.
That's true.
And like you said, I mean, we do have people, more or less right now from all over the world at the European Big Game. We do speak different kind of languages. We do have different kind of religions, age, social, background, doesn't matter at all. But getting there together as a family is the biggest thing you can ever, experience.
Like this?
Yay. Exactly.
So this was for our international paintball bridge, and under your arm is Jane from the north of. I think his house is right next to Santa Claus's. He's like, that's how high.
Okay. And that's why I called him up accidentally because I talked to Santa Claus.
Exactly, and that's Justin behind him. We got a North Alliance guy too, but basically what it is everybody's accepted. Everybody just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And basically English is the universal language that everybody speaks there. Even Ali from Africa, he was there. He's speaking English. It doesn't really, just like people just, whatever aura you're throwing off, whatever's in your heart, that's what people pick up on, right? It's not a matter of I've got the best gun, I've got the best clothes. Nobody cares.
I got the biggest sponsorship. I'm the coolest shit. It doesn't matter. If you get close to me and if you know me the way I am, people could think that I'm, high up nose, but I'm not. I'm absolutely not. You know for sure, and you know exactly that a guy like me could be, but I am not.
Right.
I'm totally underground. And what I wanted to tell you is that, just yesterday, the guy you mentioned earlier was, commenting one of my pictures yesterday, because it's not like that we do take a picture and then that's it. We do stay, close. Most guys, they do comment a little bit. I mean, I'm talking to Ali, sometime, in Central Africa. This guy, he commented a picture, one of my personal pictures, that, because you do the running, stay in shape, you will be in shape until October, things like that. As that, we do love to, to share the experience. And like I said, is that it doesn't matter where you come from.
Right.
We're the family. And everybody is now invited.
Here's this was last year, I think.
Yeah.
And
you were killed a little bit higher than me.
Yes.
Maybe you got more sexy knees.
I'm trying to show more, but
exactly.
Do you wear yours traditionally, or do you've got some let me see, protection for your huevos rancheros?
Hold on.
Yeah, I just lost you.
Hear me? You can still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The headphone just went out of battery. I like it towards traditionally. Obviously, it's easier to work with it.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting when I get asked that question all the time. Oh, you must wear. You must. I'm on 7 years right now with my kilt, and nope. It's like I've been in Texas where it's 100 degrees, 100% humidity, and I've been in where I was in Oregon. It was 20 degrees with snow on the ground, and It just doesn't matter. You feel like free and fresh, and you feel like a fawn running through the forest in Germany. I'm so free.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. What I wanted to say right now, I lost it. Okay, keep on going.
how long have you been wearing yours?
Well, matter of fact, this is the second one. The first I think I'm already into the 7th or 8th year already.
Yeah,
And
cool.
yeah, now I remember. What most people don't know in paintball, where I killed, you have such a great bouncing area because the balls don't break. And
Interesting.
you know this for sure.
Yeah,
You you
it's
you,
interesting.
you very very seldom get a hit on the kill because it's bouncing
Right,
all the time.
right. They
But
do. It
that's a
does
secret.
bounce. It's the material because it bends in and all right. So you're a bit of a showman as well. So but like my picture behind me right here, that's you, and you are what's needed a lot of times in these events where you go up on stage, right, and you're like uh, creating energy, getting people to move forward, everything. Do this in the Euro big game. We have what, 5 generals?
Do you even have more? Right now, we
6?
were planning with 8
8?
total.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 total. 4 on each side. We were thinking about plus one extra. For the vehicles, but yeah, we have to think about it right now because
And
what you said already earlier, we're talking about more than 2,000 players,
right.
and for one general or for 2 generals, this
Can't
would
do
be
it.
way too much and
Right.
absolutely not coordinable. You
Right.
couldn't coordinate things on field, off field.
So we've got the 8 generals. Then we've got like they're basically these teams, right? Like these different kind of teams that go in. It's I'm going to say it's very German. It's very organized. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's very organized, but it's great because when you do play the game, listen, you can go there just as a regular Joe and run around and not know what's going on and just shoot. That's cool too. But if you really get into the whole system, the way that they have this thing set up, so where are you as far as the hierarchy in the system?
But obviously, I'm just one of the team leaders. So
Team
I
leader,
do have. Yeah,
not a
I'm just
general.
one of the team leaders. I do have only a small team of like 25 players, with
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
The normal team size is like 50 players.
Yeah.
Um, Matter of fact is, I do have my own team with me. I do have my Roughnecks with me all the time. Most of the time, we do have 25, guys from the Roughnecks. So we are, because we use and we play together, more or less all year long. It's pretty hard to play against us. And yeah, we are a big force on the field. And
Nice.
sometimes, even like 300 guys start to running when we show up. So it doesn't matter, I don't like the term of, in hierarchy or something like that, because I respect every player on the field because
Yeah.
his balls are as fast as mine. He's shooting as fast as I am. Maybe
Right.
sometimes tactics make the key.
Right.
And like I said, is that we do not have better teams or better classes or better groups. We all share the same thing. So yeah, I do have a smaller group, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we still have fun out there.
Nice. And beginning of the show, I mentioned that blue team sucks. They still do. No,
Yeah, and the
actually,
red team still swallows.
anyway, listen, that is kind of one of those rivalries that we have at the Euro Big Game. There's the red team and the blue team. I actually play on both teams. Like I just jump around. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care about that. So, but there are players that won't. That's it. That's it. They're dedicated just to one color, right? And
Yes.
you won't change. You'll die
I
blue.
will never change in my life at the Euro Big Game to the red team. Never at all. But otherwise, shoot me. I play for the red team maybe at another event, but at the Euro Big Game, you will never see me wearing a red armband.
Right.
Never at all.
I got it. So we joke about that all the time, you guys.
Yeah.
Now,
but we joke about it every time. And after the game, after the battles on the field, you see red and blue players, joining beer at the beer tent or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. You and I lift up your shirt for a second. Lift up your. There you go. You and I are both members of the brigade. This is on the stage of the Euro Big Game. So we're both. I think my title is the International Brigade Commander because I'm flying all over the world. We have We have the Texas Brigade Commander. We've got I think John in. I don't know if it's been official yet, but John might be something in like the Netherlands. And are you the German Brigade Commander?
I think it's European.
European.
I think it's European.
That's a big thing. So you're the European Brigade Commander. In doing so, you're responsible for getting the word out there every time you go to games. Ryan Sexton sends you the patches, or he either sends them to you or he sends them to me, and then I bring them over, kind of thing. But you're basically our boots on the ground as far as getting out there and stuff. And so what do you do when you go to these big events? Do you have stuff to give out? I mean, I
do have stuff to give out. I do have the patches. Actually, a matter of fact, I'm already also working on other events where maybe we can, hook things up. And for example, I'm still working on the Vectring event to get it as a brigade event and things like that. So it's always work. What I do love about this whole program is that, new players with no team attached to it do find somebody they can talk to and attach to. That's what I do like about the program. I mean, yes, obviously, yes, it's an Empire, brigade program. And yes, it's a little bit branded, but like I said, is that if you got no attachment to another team or something like that, you can find somebody to play with at an event.
Exactly.
Bottom line, just be honest. If you show up at an event with like more than 300, or even at the Euro Big Game with like 2,000 players, and you show up all by yourself, you're lost.
Yeah,
you're absolutely lost. You will. I don't think you will have any kind of fun on the field.
Right.
But with the International Paintball Bridge or the Brigade program, things like that. For best example is Ali, from Central Africa. I talked to him. You talked to him. We got him on the program. We got him on the plane. He went to the Euro Big Game. I think honestly, and he told me that he had a blast. He had a very, very good time, even though he was alone.
Yeah.
He just showed up and everybody was, "Oh, you're Ali? Oh, we'll take care of you."
Exactly. And the thing is, again, I mean, you've got a guy that he loves paintball. He's flying in from Africa. When you have kind of, listen, I travel both. I travel both where you can drop me in the middle of Bengal something, and I would be able to, hang out with the natives. And then I have it where I'm already having people pick me up at the airport, right? So basically, it's kind of an easier for 99% of the world. It's easier just to know when you're about to get to a location that you're kind of friends with people. And that's what happened with Ali. He had never been to the Euro Big Game before. And you and I were like, come on, let's do this. And he felt like this connection. So when he hit the ground, it's like, hey, like we've known him for years, kind of thing.
Exactly.
And that's the same thing with the brigade program, where if you're connected with the brigade program, you're wearing your brigade, and you go to like an event or something like that. Either they're gonna have a barbecue or something. Listen,
paintball, or at least you get maybe like a patch, or you can just show off. Maybe you get a little bit bonus. It always depends on the event itself. Then, but you are part of something, and that's the main idea behind it. It's not about selling anything at all, but it's the main idea behind is that you become a part of a membership of group which do have the same idea of just having fun playing.
That's amazing. I agree. Okay, brother, listen. We leave anything out? Do you want to talk about anything that I might not have touched on, or?
Oh, well, matter of fact,
tell me about German's going to be opening up pretty soon, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, and right now we're still more or less on lockdown in most parts of our life. But matter of fact, the first fields are gonna be opening, this next weekend in some parts of Germany. Not all of them, but which is a good thing that some parts of Germany are agreeing that. I mean, honestly, paintball, you wear a mask, you have a distance to each and everybody, and you don't touch yourself, normally you have no contact at all. So pretty obvious. I was pretty sure that our sport could be the one of the first ones to reopen, because
we have distance between each and everybody. So the good news is, yes, some fields are going to opening. Hopefully my field is going to opening too. I'm still waiting for agreement. Next step will be the big games, because we're talking different numbers. But like I said, a European big game will be in October. The Vecring in June, I don't think so yet because it's in France.
Right.
Maybe in September, we will see. But like I said, the good news is, and that's not only the good news for the players, you have to also think about, about the fields, about the dealers, about everybody else, living for paintball.
Right.
And not living from paintball, sorry, living from paintball, because some guys do earn money with this thing.
Right.
And some guys are, they need to have, people coming to play again. And this is, matter of fact, this is a big step, and the best news we got today in Germany, that some places are going to be opening. They're going to be crowded like hell because everybody will be there. But it's, I think the 10th of May is a German Mother Day, so some mothers maybe will cry a little because their sons won't come because they play paintball.
Nice. When 10th of May? Wait, let me see something, because next Saturday. No, that's Sunday. Next Saturday we have our international beer show. You know about that, right?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. So you're obviously invited. Everybody's obviously invited. We're going to be doing an international beer show where everybody gets on and they're going to talk about their beers. You said you have some cool beers from your location.
Oh, yeah, so, we do. I'll show up. I will show. I will not grab my bottles from the Northern Lines, which still hang around here, but I will grab some local stuff.
All right, that sounds cool. All right, you guys. So we're excited. We'll be hanging out, you and I, in October at the Euro Big Game. I'll see you there. And then what else? You guys, all I can say is travel. Go travel.
Yeah.
Now that as soon as they lift the ban, go travel. Go hang out. I'm guessing. I'm not sure. I bet that the plane tickets are going to be really inexpensive because of what happened. So people are going to be like, traveling all over the see if you can get to the Euro Big Game this year. You guys, it's really worth it. And if you do, you can hang out with me. You can hang out with Braveheart. You can hang out with 2,000 other people who are just saying, "Hey, we're here to play paintball." So it'll be great.
Exactly. Most important message right now at the moment is that what I always tell people also is that travel, play paintball. Don't play paintball at the same spot all your life.
Yeah.
Don't, because get out there, meet new players, meet new people, and see how big this thing is. Right. I mean, if you're used to your own field and you're the living shit at your home local field, get to a new place. Right. Find new people to shoot at and find new places. Don't stick at the same spot all your life.
Right. I agree 100%. Okay, brother, listen, where do we find you online?
You can find me either on Facebook. It's the Braveheart. It's my normal site, or on Instagram. It's @sign on me on the dash Braveheart. That's where I am. Like I said.
Cool. I like it. You guys, I hope you enjoyed our chat.
Absolutely. It was a great opportunity to tell the people a little bit about myself. Not the Braveheart, not the celebrity, not the cool guy, being on stage, but a little bit behind the scenes, and a little bit, that I'm a living person. You are a living person. You are a really great person. Hang out in the green room. Don't take off. I'll see you in a second, and we're gonna play our video. Okay, you guys, listen. We've got what do we got? Make Your Own Tracks is coming up. We've got John Modioff, the paintball documentary is coming up. What else do we have? Like I said, on Saturday, we've got our international beer festival. So that'll be great. You guys all join in. Everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter if you have a Budweiser or if you've got a Corona. I just said it. It doesn't matter what you got. Just join us on Saturday. That'll be fantastic. And that's it. All right, you guys, be safe. Have an amazing day.